ICE is using facial recognition, right? And that will then determine your status because they're able to pull up and to see what your status is at the freaking time. However, the footage that they record, they're not deleting. That's going into like a master database. So all these fucking privacy dudes, you know, in MIGA who are like, well, you know what I mean? I don't want to be trapped. You know, I don't want to be chipped and shit. You all put the dudes in power to do this. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
This is crazy.
I know they taking immigration like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta look at our faces too? And the crazy thing about this, in Chicago police can't even use it because it's banned for them. ICE has a powerful facial recognition app Illinois cops are barred from using with little apparent oversight. Okay, whatever. The Trump administration has contracts with Clearview AI, a firm banned from doing business with the Illinois police agencies. This is what dystopian nightmares are made of. This kind of continual expansion of surveillance without any real oversight or restriction, says Jeremy Scott of the Electronic Privacy Information Center. See, because regardless of how you feel about ICE, whether you like them or not, dude, they're filming everyone.
That's crazy.
That footage is kept. So now you're in a database. The Trump administration has wiped facial recognition policy from its website while further embracing the controversial technology and securing a $9 million contract with a company barred from selling to Illinois law enforcement agencies. The ban was a result of a lawsuit filed by Cook County that alleged Clearview AI's massive database of photographs pulled from across the internet violated landmark state law protecting people's personal information. And let's be clear with facial recognition though, they do make mistakes. Because this was a couple years ago, but I remember dudes getting picked up for robberies and shit, and even spending like weeks in jail until it came out that it wasn't them, you know?
Well, like...
Yeah.
That's
but anyway,
crazy.
Next is concentration camps. Be scared everyone.
It's crazy.
Okay, but so Ryan is a pro-Trump guy, right? But my point is, even if you love Trump, you filming people and putting it in a database. Now, if it was just immigrants, you could go, okay, well, this is an immigrant, right? But they're filming American citizens as well, because they don't know your status when they're doing this. So it's crazy, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Do you think that they'll get deported?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, they've been threatening to denaturalize certain people. I don't know how well that's going to work out.
You can get denaturalized?
Well, I mean, in the Trump administration, it's a threat that's thrown out there a lot. You know?
Wow. I didn't know that.
You see, okay. You all know this dude, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Miller. He's a controversial dude. Democrats love to call him the Antichrist.
He's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's the most interesting looking. Well, he's a very interesting looking dude. Anyway, Piers Morgan does this, just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. Piers Morgan does this debate show, right? Where you have on liberals and conservatives, and then like kind of let them argue it out. And it's been killing YouTube.
Yeah.
So Piers Morgan brought Seneca. You know who Seneca is? Okay, this dude is Seneca. He's from the Young Turks. He's a very liberal dude, okay? He's a progressive dude. If you think of progressive, you think of him. So he's on the show, and also Katie Miller's on the show. Katie Miller is Stephen Miller's wife. So the bald dude I just showed you, this is his wife. All right. So here's where shit gets crazy. So they're doing the show together, right? And the subject is Israel. Now you gotta understand, Israel's not in a good place in America. Democrats are now at the point where if you take money from AIPAC, that is the American Israel something advancement, whatever, right? If you take money from them, they can call that out. So Democrats are now begun the process of returning money from AIPAC, right? But even on the Republican side, they have issues with this because more and more it looks to many Americans as if Israel has more sway over our government than the regular, average, everyday of American. Like before, if you were to take a poll about Israel with America, I mean, like most Americans would have been 100% supportive, like, let's say 20 years ago.
Right.
In today's world, Israel's tanking because everybody's asking, why are we doing this? Why are we allowing them to do this? Why this? Why that? You know what I mean? Even like Ryan like I said, Ryan just typed free Palestine, right? Like you're not gonna have. He might be joking with that, I'm not serious, but conservative dudes would not say shit like that before.
Right.
And now that's changed because they're like, wait a minute, Israel's pulling us back into this war.
Yeah.
Israel's doing this. And now people even questioning October 7th. Like, did Israel allow that to happen intentionally? You know, there's some people who feel that that they monitor everything, even Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's on a show where he talks about, whoa, you know, I mean, where he's, you know, Charlie, okay, this is him, right? Just listen to Charlie Kirk on this shit.
Interesting.
How the fuck we get on this anyway? I can't remember.
I don't know. Trump?
Okay, but yeah.
Facial recognition.
Yeah, Trump. Yeah, but watch this.
I didn't know this was taking place.
So I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun.
So guys, he's talking about October 7th when the Palestinians came in and did all the kidnappings and stuff. And he's saying that he doesn't understand how this fucking happened, so he's questioning it.
As an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Whew. Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. The whole country is the IDF. But the fact is now Bibi and the Israeli hard-right government has a mandate. I gotta be careful the way I say this.
I was just thinking
they're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly, okay? They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people from there, okay? And honestly, they have a mandate to go seek justice and revenge. They do. My plead to Israel is be precise, be focused in your retaliation.
If they do overreact, I'm more coming from a place of thinking this was intentional. If they don't overreact, then this wasn't intentional. Meaning, if all of a sudden you see an all-out annihilation...
What do you mean by intentional? That they knew it was going to happen?
No, when you're asking about the stand down 6 hours and 3 hours, then why did you? What intel are you getting? So we're on the same page.
No, fair enough.
Yeah,
no,
all I'm saying
I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Sure, go for it.
Look at the cameras, the radars. Patrick, not only did they go in...
That's what I'm saying.
No, but hear me out here. Not only did they go into Israel, they got out of Israel with hostages.
Yeah, 100 hostages.
So you would think, let me just hear me out. There's a penetration of your border wall, okay? That you guard on a holy day, the 50-year anniversary of the Yom Kippur War. And you would think, hey, they're going to come back. Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
How did these guys not know this was taking place?
So I've been to Israel many times. The whole country's a fortress.
Okay, but you all see, like he's questioning it. Okay, we got there from the icing, but I mean, like, he's fucking questioning it. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
and it makes sense because if you think of Israel, I haven't been to Israel, right?
I've never been to Israel.
I came close to going once or twice, but dog, like everything out of there, like everybody is a fucking soldier. You know what I mean? These dudes well trained. They really, they very fucking careful with that border. There's almost no way what happens. I'm not saying they fucking knew, but I'm just saying, like, Jesus Christ. That is very interesting as to how that happened. You know what I mean?
Very.
Yeah. Anyway. So moving back, we going back to ICE now. This began with Stephen Miller and his wife.
Oh yeah, they were on.
Right. So Stephen Miller and his wife.
Katie.
And okay, so Senek.
Senate.
The liberal dude. Senek from the Young Turks. this guy was on Paris Morgan's show with Stephen Miller's wife, Katie Miller, okay? Katie and Stephen Miller, right? Okay, so that's his wife, and that's Senek, right? And
he called her out?
okay, so basically, he was criticizing Israel. And one of the things that not all people do, some people do, is they, like if you say something about Israel, like Israel needs to stop.
Yeah.
They go like, so why don't you want Jews to defend themselves? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they turn it
We're not
around.
talking about fucking Jews, dude. Like we're talking about just Israel as a government. They gotta take it easy and
Yeah.
stop indiscriminately bombing certain fucking
Right,
places.
right.
That does not mean that I hate fucking Jews. I dated a girl who was Jewish, and that was good shit. I'm not against Jews, okay? They got quality porn just like fucking Gentile porn. It's all good porn.
Is there a genre of Jewish porn?
Probably like dudes with naked dudes with a little Jerry curl on the side. Yeah, you know, yeah, come on. You know, oy vey, okay? They say it's Cenk, whatever the fuck his name is, Cenk, Senek, I don't know what his name is, okay? It's Turkish.
Cenk.
I don't spell it. I can't spell the shit. Anyway, so they're on TV arguing about Israel. And Stephen Miller's wife, who's Jewish, she flipped it very quick. She went like, oh, see, this is anti-Semitic, this is this, he's a bigot, he's this, he's that. Because in their world, you can't criticize Israel. If you say something about fucking Israel, that means that you're against the Jews. That's not true. I have a lot
Is
of...
she Jewish?
Yeah, she's Jewish. I have a lot of American friends who are Jewish, right? And they fucking hate Netanyahu because every time Israel does some shit, like a lot of times it puts extra pressure on them, right? They're not supportive of it. They're not supportive of his shit. Same thing with like the trans community, right? Like when
Why did you point at me when you said that?
when like the trans community, right? Like for instance, when a trans woman competes against biological women in
That girl
sports
in California.
and then breaks all the fucking records, my trans friends suffered a blunt of that when they hit the fucking streets, and everybody's like, "You all need to stop doing this. They don't endorse that shit."
Or like the shooter, the Minnesota shooter was trans.
Yeah, like shit like that, right? Anyway. So she's on this show. This is how we get back to ICE.
Okay.
And she said, I hope, what they need to do is to take your citizenship. I hope you filled out your paperwork correctly because we're going to go through that. So she's threatening him like that.
Oh.
And that's not a fucking idle threat because in New York right now, what's the Democrat's name, Mandami?
Yeah.
Okay, so during where he's a citizen, but he's a naturalized citizen. And so Republicans are now going over his paperwork to become citizenship, and they're looking for like, hey, did he fill out anything wrong to go in and revoke his citizenship?
That's crazy.
I'm not saying all of them are endorsing that, but they're talking about doing that. And this is not like some French movement and some chat group talking about it. This Republican congressman talking about this shit, right?
Yeah.
About that. So when she made that threat to him, that I hope your paperwork's correct, you see what she's going at now?
That's crazy.
They're telling American citizens now that, hey, you know what I mean? If your paperwork's wrong, I don't know what a video is. If your paperwork's wrong, you can be in fucking trouble. That's a wild fucking thing to say.
That's a crazy thing to say. That was a terrible. She's an idiot.
Hold on. So what happened in the Holocaust and all the pogroms were
you know what she just said?
That doesn't mean that
says that she hopes that this guy who she's angry with has all of his citizenship papers were in order. Because otherwise, he's going to be something like Ilhan Omar.
That's a crazy thing to say.
That seems totally cool, right?
Yeah, this is something that we are
on television
seeing just more and more now, right?
Yeah, but dude, they threatening your citizenship. Jesus Christ.
On television.
Okay, here's the thing.
You can't do that. Is she in trouble for that?
Dude, you think Trump gives a fuck? Come on.
No, but that is a crazy thing to say.
Here's one thing I've always known. Me and Dana would not be equal to like many of you in the chat who were born here.
Yes.
Okay? Because we were naturalized. And by definition, if I do some shit linked to terrorism or something like that, the United States is most likely going to come in and revoke my
Your
citizenship
paperwork, yeah.
and deport me to where the fuck I came from, right? But they only do shit like that in extreme events. Even if I murdered someone, that's not something that's gonna come up. They're not gonna go, oh, let's deport him, because they would still consider me an American citizen, right? It'd have to be something major.
What?
But now we're at the point where dudes are going like at Mandami in the dude who running to be mayor of New York, right?
Yeah, Mandami.
Because he coming in with some very progressive ideas of rent control and this shit.
There
and that
should be
shit.
rent control.
Well, we could debate that next, because rent control does have issues. Okay.
It has issues, but it has more benefits than issues, I think.
It depends. We could debate that, right? Like Mandami, right?
Yeah.
So
I like Mandami. I think he's a good guy.
they're looking at his paperwork, and I think they see something in there that they don't like. That could mean like a normal person, they don't give two fucks. But because of who he is, they're thinking about revoking his citizenship. I don't know if Trump will go along with that, but his boys are definitely talking about it.
If they-
and now
if
she
he-
just issued the threat.
She doubled down on it.
She telling you
That's what we're doing.
yeah, like what the fuck?
That's
dude?
crazy. I don't think then what's the point of even being naturalized if it can just be taken away? What's the point of becoming a citizen if it doesn't matter? It doesn't
But
mean
this is why I know Trump, like Republicans, I don't know if Trump's gonna leave when he's supposed to leave, but let's just say he does. They gonna have a fucking hell of a time winning over anyone who's a fucking immigrant. Because there's dudes who can be like, absolutely fucking not. Because I don't know what the fuck these dudes can do, because they don't see me as being equal. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, it's America, and Americans get to decide how America's run. So if Americans make the decision...
Do
that
we
you're
get to
not-
decide? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Okay, people voted to put them there, and they see what he's doing, and if you go along with it, then I mean...
I didn't
hey,
vote for him to do this.
I get that, but he won. And people knew what he was bringing into the point.
He's done everything he said he's going to do. He's literally, like, Project 2025 is almost done.
And then, see, like Ryan, okay, like I said, Ryan is my Trump guy, so I love Ryan being here, so y'all don't pick on fucking Ryan, okay? Besides, his ball's big as hell, but see, okay, no, Ryan just said something about freedom of religion, but I ask you, is that true? Because let me tell you about freedom of religion, okay?
If it was true, there wouldn't be "In God We Trust" in every court building.
Hold on, but let me see. Diwali? So...
Do you know who doesn't vote?
Huh?
Do you know who doesn't vote and has a really high opinion?
Who?
One of my roommates.
One of your roommates?
Yeah.
Which one?
Janessa.
Damn.
She doesn't vote.
Fucking little terrorist.
She told me she does it. She goes, I only important elections. And I go, this was one of the most important elections of our entire lives. What are you talking about?
Okay. So Ryan just typed freedom of religion, right? But let's question that, because this is not freedom of religion anymore. Kash Patel is the FBI director.
I hate that man. He's such a moron.
Because he cross-eyed, mind your own business. Leave these cross-eyed motherfuckers. Leave him alone, okay?
He does not have the experience to be in
Just
this
leave this
position.
man alone, okay? But boy coming in a little cross-eyed, everybody lose their shit, okay? Can a cross-eyed man do some shit? Okay.
No.
That's Kash Patel. Kash Patel is fucking Indian.
I know.
Okay? J.D. Vance is married to an Indian woman. His kids are by definition Indian. Because once you mix with something, people don't go, oh, well, you're half and half.
I'm half and half.
Whatever is not the white part, that's what you are. So if you mix with black, you're black. If you mix with Latin, then you're Latino. So his kids are fucking Indian, right? This dude goes and he types, Diwali is the light thing that they do in India, where they light all the shit. Is that it? Is that when the lights and stuff?
When they send it up in the air?
Okay, so Kash then goes in and he goes, Happy Diwali, right?
Why is everyone so stupid?
Now he goes, Happy Diwali. Now, under normal administrations, that's not a big deal.
No, it should be.
It's like whatever.
Actually, under normal administrations, it would probably be like, "Oh, that's nice."
Matter of fact, under normal administrations, the president would probably
We're doing it, yeah.
He would type that, even though he's not Hindu.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he'd do it, and people would just go, okay, whatever, because they know we have fucking Hindus here. They know we have Muslims here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dog, MIGA was not fucking having it. I don't know how many of the comments have been deleted, right? But they went in Jesus Christ.
Declaration of war on American heritage is a crazy.
We will never forget your declaration of war on American heritage and your efforts to transform American culture into something that was never meant to be. Fake third world demon holidays have no place in America. Jesus Christ is king. Go back to India. Your people don't belong in positions of power in our country. If you want to celebrate this made-up holiday, go home. Stop the Diwali posting. This is America. Nobody in these pictures you see what I'm saying? You gotta understand, this MAGA, these
not
boys,
Hitler.
pure-blooded white areas in the comments. We don't do that in America, okay? Screw your demonic film.
That is, what the fuck?
Is this why there hasn't been any action protecting our children? Okay, so he come up with these two ads. Okay, let me see. India Village marks end of Diwali with massive cow poo fight. 84% of 12 million children, 84% of 12 million married children under 10 are Hindus. Anyway, my point is, but these is boys, you see? Heritage Americans do not celebrate our Christ is king. Can we stop this shit? Charlie Kirk has rolled up with his grave. We missed the Biden administration. They weren't so crazy. Get out of my country. Okay, but see, the fucking problem is, the thing with politics, guys, if you give dudes a fucking inch in saying some crazy shit, they can they're not gonna just take the inch, they can take a fucking mile. You see? And so
did Donald Trump?
So that comment, all under there is the most vile shit ever.
Is
by his boys from his party. That's not Democrats and they're doing that shit. Kamala Harris is half fucking Indian. People call her black, but she's half Indian. That ain't her people. I mean, like, they went in on this motherfucker.
That's really sad. That's really sad.
He signed up for this though.
I know, but if you are the company you keep.
Don't fucking cry now. You sign up for this shit. You know what I mean?
It's just like, what the fuck? Happy Halloween. Oh, happy Halloween, you guys.
Happy Halloween. They don't even want Catholics. No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, look, I get the Trump thing. That's fine. But dude, he encourages the worst in some of these dudes because they find a safe haven in the bullshit he encourages.
And he lets these comments stay.
And notice he's going at his people. Like Kash Patel is his FBI fucking director. This comment for the last, I mean, since I've been born, like I remember the presidents. I remember Reagan.
Brittany.
I remember Reagan.
You remember Reagan? How old are you?
I remember Reagan. Reagan was 80s. I remember Reagan. Okay, I'm just thinking of presidents that were alive when I was born. Reagan.
He's telling us.
Bush Sr., Clinton, Bush Jr., Obama, Biden, Trump. Okay, outside of Trump, none of those dudes would ever fucking allow this shit. Like no one who served under them, who made this post, would have any of those fucking comments.
No.
That wouldn't happen.
No, absolutely not.
No,
I agree.
That would not have happened, you know what I mean?